Good morning, students. Today we are going to study Social Science, Chapter 9, Our Economic System. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about primary sector, secondary sector, and the service sector. And also, we are going to discuss about the economic activities that are classified on the basis of ownership. All this we are going to learn in this chapter. Now, let us begin with this chapter. Chapter 9, Our Economic System. See, Chapter 9, Our Economic System. Let's observe the journey of a rupee. See, you can see the journey of a money through this picture of a rupee. How the farmer takes from the bank and how he uses. See, let us discuss about it. Money issued from bank returns to the bank. See how the money is been issued from the bank and how it comes back to the bank. Write down the entire process in the lines given below. See, they have given us a number and we have to write it accordingly. See, the farmer used the money he had withdrawn from the bank for what? For agricultural purpose. And then what? He sold the produce in the market yard and then he earned money from it. And with this, the money he purchased sweet meats, vegetables, and fruits, as well as books, other second stationery items also for his children. See, thereafter, what he did, he deposited the remaining money. What was the remaining money in the bank in his account? See, in this way, the money withdrawn from the bank got returned to the bank itself. So, this was the process journey of a rupee. Write about the economic activities your mother or father are involved in. See, you have to write about the economic activity where your mother and father are involved. Write about the different ways in which the income of your family is used. You also have to ask your parents and write how the income of your mom and dad are being used. So, this is you have to ask your parents and fill it up. Based on the above answer, it can be said that people are associated with various economic activities. The economic activities are mainly divided into three sectors. See, today we are going to study about the three sectors. They are primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector. The income of a family mostly depend your mother and father works and they earn money from that. For example, if your mother works in an office and your father also works in some means in the he is a businessman, so they earn money. And the income of a house mostly depends on the house in expense. For example, school fees, tuition fees, petrol for vehicles, medicines, clothes we purchase when we go out for traveling or entertainment. In that, whatever income we have earned, we spend on that or on the basic needs also. Now let us discuss about primary sector. See, primary sector is a sector of the economic that is extract or harvest production from the earth, such as raw material and the basic food. And activity which are associated with primary sector, they include agriculture, that is mining, forestry, grazing, hunting, gathering, fishing. All these are included in the primary sector. Let us read and I'll explain you accordingly. Certain resources are obtained directly from the nature and are used by us, example food, grains, fruits and vegetables. We obtain wood, medicinal plants, gums, etc. from forest and milk, meat, bones and leather from animals. We get fish from water and minerals from beneath the earth's surface. And in short, forest, agriculture, mining, animal husbandry, fisheries, etc. provide raw material to us for food and industrial manufactured product or goods. Thus, these activities are categorized as a primary sector. See, the primary sector is a sector that is providing raw materials for food, commodities and industrially manufactured goods, that is known as primary sector. Grains, fruits, vegetables, as well as all the vegetations, they are the example of this. And we talk about wood, medicinal herbs, gums, resin, etc. They are also obtained from where? From the forest. And for animals, what we obtain from animals, we get milk, meat, bones, leather. And from water, fish are obtained from water. And see, the minerals, they are obtained from underground. So this is how the forest areas, mining area, animal husbandry area, fishery, they all provide us a raw material for food commodities and industrially manufactured goods. So that was about primary sector. Now we will discuss the secondary sector. See, secondary sector involves the transformation of the raw material, of the raw or intermediate material into the goods. For example, manufacturing steel into cars or textiles into clothing. So, for example, a builder and a dressmaker would be worker in the secondary sector. It is also known as manufacturing sector. Certain primary products as such that it has to be processed into a finished product to be an any use to us. And such economic activities is called the activity of secondary sector. For example, manufacturing cotton textile from cotton, extracting oil from cottonseed, making jaggery and sugar from sugarcane, making bricks from soil, etc. Small and large scale industries, manufacturing machineries, means of transport, means of communication, electrical equipments, consumer goods, chemicals and dyes, clothes, defense equipment, etc. are the part of secondary sector. That's why it is also known as industrial sector. See, when we talk about secondary sector, it is also known as manufacturing sector. Why? Because they manufacture. See, only after completing some mechanical processes on primary sector product, which they can they be used. See, thus all this process is known as the economic activities of the secondary sector. For example, when we talk about making cloth from cotton, oil from cotton seed, jaggery and sugar from where? From sugar cane, bricks from soil, etc. And the secondary sector also include machines, transport and communication facilities, electricity, and the industries manufacturing the final product. Mineral industries, industries manufacturing arms and ammunitions, dyes and chemicals, cloth factories and units manufacturing handicraft and all other goods. So this was about secondary sector. When we difference between when we make between the primary sector and secondary sector, when we discuss about this two, so what is the difference between these two, primary and secondary sector? See, the difference is when we talk about the primary sector is where the materials for, and in secondary sector they are gathered. That was about primary and secondary sector. The third one is service sector. See, it is also known as tertiary sector, and the primary and the secondary sector cannot function without this sector. The raw materials or finished product have to be transported to various manufacturing units of trade, for which various means of transportation and infrastructures, rail, airways, waterways, roadways, electricity, and the other fuel facility, etc., becomes essential. And to maintain the communication between manufacturing and trading units, telecommunication, letter, internet, etc., essential. To sustain the entire network of production and distribution, education, health, banking, and insurance facilities are required. In the modern times, ATM, call centers, software designing, etc., have become very important service. See over here, when we talk about service sector, see, service sector is also known what as a tertiary sector, and it is a third tier in the three sector of economy. And see, instead of the production, this sector produce service, maintenance and repairs, training or consulting. For example, service sector job includes housekeeping, tour, nursing and teaching. See, to reach the manufacturing product, which are the manufactured products are there, or goods they need to various businesses, industries, and the people we require trucks or train. And to maintain good relationship with the industry and trade, telephones and postal service and obtaining loans from bank is necessary. Therefore, what happened, the service rendered by businesses, road transport, means of communication, air and water rail routes, education, health, banking and insurance companies, travel and entertainment, cooking gas, electric companies, etc. are they all are included where in the service sector. So that was about service sector. See, when we talk about the difference between these two, uh, private sector and public sector, see what is that. The private sector means what, the unit owned by one or many persons, and in public sector it means the government owned and run manufacturing unit, when we talk about it. So this was about, see, the primary sector, secondary sector and service sector. Now let us move ahead. See, read the table I given below. Think and write. See, here is a table they have given us. We have to think and write accordingly. Now let us discuss about this table, what they have written. What if a farmer refused to sell sugarcane to sugar mills? What will be the effect? See, what will be the effect? The sugar mill will close down. Why? Therefore, there will be no sugar available in the market if the farmer refuses to sell sugar cane to sugar mill. And what does it indicate? A secondary sector activity cannot proceed without a primary sector activity. Second one, what if the textile mill in India decide to import cotton from other countries rather than purchasing it from the Indian farmers? Then what will happen to cotton farming? See, what will happen? The cotton farming will not be done in India, and the farmers will have to lose their income from cotton. And what does it indicates? That Indian farmers will become victim of what, of global economic policy that is accepted by India, and this will be what disadvantage of the said policy of India, and they will have to bear for it. And a farmer buys tractor, pump set, electricity, chemical fertilizer, pesticides, etc. What if the price of pump set and chemical fertilizer increase? See what will happen, what will be the effect? The cost price of farmers agriculture produce will increase, and so farmer will get loss, so sorry, will get less profit from his sales of harvested crops. And what does it indicate? See, when the farmer price of primary sector product will increase, what will happen indirectly? The production of cost of secondary sector products will also increase in this. Food is required by those working in the secondary industrial or tertiary, that is service sector. What if the transports go on strike and refuse to bring vegetable, milk, etc. from the village? See what will happen, workers will neither get the balanced diet nor sufficient food, and so their health will be affected adversely, and they may even fall sick. And what does it indicate? It indicates that it is a responsibility of a service sector to reach the product, the primary and the secondary sector, to the market. And if the transport facilities stop, the activities of primary sector as well as those of the secondary sector, what will happen? They will close down. So that was, see what we have discussed about the economic, all the economic activities and what will be their effect. and also what does it indicates. That was about this chart. Now think one question is over here. The importance of service sector has been increasing day by day in India. Discuss why. See why the service sector has been increasing constantly in India. India is a what developing country, and due to the new economic policy formulated in 1991 AD, the economy of India has gained pace. And what happened? The proportion of what primary and secondary sector activities they also have increased, and in this consequently the service sector has got a boost due to these two sector, and also the contribution of service sector to Indian economy which has increased, and the contribution of service sector to Indian national income was 28% in 1950 to 51, which has also increased. And this is how the importance of service sector has become is increasing in the field of employment and national income. So thus it can be said that the importance of service sector is increased day by day in India. How do we account the value of goods and service of various sector and also calculate the total production? See how we will do. See, a farmer sell wheat at the rate of what um, 15 per kg for a flour mill in the, and there is turned into the flour, and they are sold into to a biscuit making company for rupees 20 per kg. And the biscuit making company mix what they mix sugar, ghee and the other things to the flour, and then they make a four packets of biscuits, and what these biscuits are being sold in the market for how much rupees? For 80 rupees or 20 rupees per packet. See, this biscuit is the end product which reaches to the consumer. First of all, the farmer sells the wheat, and the wheat is turned into the flour, and then they are sold to the biscuit company, and then the biscuit company makes ingredients, and they make a biscuit out of the flour, wheat flour, and then they sell into the market. So this is a procedure. So in this way it reaches a consumer. Now things to know. See the picture and notice components required to get the tea as the end product. See how we get the tea at the effects of inflation, that is increase on market. See, 1 cup of tea cost how much? 7 rupees 50 paisa to the owner of a hotel, and he earns how much? 2.50 paisa as a profit, 2 rupees 50 paisa. See what will be the selling price? What will be its selling price? Suppose the cost of milk increased by rupees 2. If the milk cost will be increased per liter, 2 rupees will be increased. So what will be the original cost and selling cost of the cup of tea? We have to calculate how much it will be when it has been increased. What will be the effect of household budget when it will increase? So what will be the effect of house if the sugar also increase by 1 rupee? And what will be effect of your household budget if the gas cylinder also increase? See, in this inflation, that is rise in milk, also in sugar, as well as in the gas cylinder. And what will be the effect of bus and school fare if the bus and school fare will also increase in the diesel? So what will the effect of it? See, everywhere the increase will be there, so it will automatically affect to our livelihood. So it is all about the effects of inflation on market. I hope you all have understood till here. Thank you for listening.